Hello and welcome to episode 3 of On the Lookout. In this episode, we're doing something a little bit different. We're looking at buying SGC, BGS, and even PSA and seeing if you were to crack and resubmit or even clean with stuff like card care, what the chances are of it sort of going up, or what the profit would be if you were to go for the same grade from SGC to a PSA or SGC to a BGS, or if you were to go a grade up or a grade down. Is it worth a risk, and is it a great investment? I picked a few GOATs. So in basketball, you got Michael Jordan, MJ23 then, and Kobe. In football, we have Brady and Mahomes. And then I went soccer and picked Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. Hope you find this video informative, and if you want this data, it's all provided from Market Movers, and if you want this data yourself, download the Market Movers app. Use code Mahomes for a 20% discount. It's also a 2-week free trial. What do you want? So let's get straight in with Michael Jordan. Who else better than quite arguably the GOAT, not only of NBA, but also of NBA cards. This is probably one of the most iconic cards, or there with the Ken Griffey Jr. I know it's obviously not attainable for everybody, but I just thought it was interesting to look at the numbers here, because we're looking at crossing stuff over. So as you can see, there's a lot of opportunities. I've kept it quite simple with PSA 9s, BGS 9s, and SGC 9s, and the PSA 8, BGS 8, and the SGC 8. As you can see, there's quite a discrepancy between the prices on some of them. So it's going to be interesting if you could get one of these cards, essentially crack it, clean it, send it, where the money's to be made. I think it's interesting looking at SGC 8 being the lowest, by just $300 around that area. I think the important part as well is sales. Looking at the sales now over the year, I mean, the PSA 8 sold 349 times, the BGS 8 196 times, and the CGC 8 37 times. So, not thousands of sales, but it's something that does move, something you got the opportunity to pick up. As you can see, total sales there throughout the year, it's a few crazy spikes on the PSA 9, which is also down 11%. And as the current price changes over the year, so there's even some opportunities where certain cards that maybe higher now have been lower throughout the year. So there's opportunities to pick up potentially a PSA 8 for cheaper than what you're getting the SGC 8 for. So it's always something to look into. Again, just going up one grade, is significant. So it could be worth looking into if you have the money available to do that. Let me know your thoughts. And then we move on to Kobe. Some other people's GOATs. I did go for the Topps Chrome base, just to sort of show the prices, and obviously I think it's a bit more attainable for people. As you can see again with the PSA 9, BGS 9, SGC 9, PSA 10, and the BGS 9.5. I mean, with the 9s, it's very much the same. It probably wouldn't be worth cracking a 9 just to get a 9. It's sort of a no-lose scenario though, which is the plus side. You could pick up a PSA 9, a BGS 9, or an SGC 9. If it goes up to a BGS 9.5, you're making some money. If it goes to a PSA 10, you're making quite a bit of money. Again, sales data for the year, 149 sales of the PSA 9. Obviously the SGC 9 are not really sold that many times, but there's opportunities. You can see the total sales for the year and the price changes for the year. The only one really there that's been sort of in between of the few of the BGS 9.5s, which have been lower than the PSA 9s, which would obviously be a great opportunity, especially with the subgrades. Let me know if Kobe you think it could be worth a punt. I mean, again, turning it into a PSA 10 could be very valuable. Up next, Tom Brady, arguably the GOAT of the NFL with 7 rings. Again, we've gone for his Bowman base, so it's not the Chrome version, in the PSA 9, PSA 10, BGS 9, BGS 9.5, and SGC 9, SGC 10. Well, there was no sales data for the 10, so I actually messed up a bit there. But as you can see, sales have been quite good throughout the year. 127 of the PSA 9, 81 of the BGS 9. Look at the sales chart. Again, there's a few opportunities there where the PSA 10 has been lower than other price cards. And that's the price changes throughout the year. Turning a PSA 9 to a PSA 10 does yield almost a 5k increase. Even a BGS 9.5 at just under $2,000, and a PSA 10 going for $6,000, that could be worth a good punt. Again, with SGC, we have the 9, which is up 30% currently, but that could be worth it. I mean, if that comes in as a PSA 9, it's going to break even. And then we move to Mahomes, that boy, Patrick. Again, gone for the base again, just for the ease and liquidity of the card. As we can see with the sales. So the optic base, we have the SGC 10, BGS 9, PSA 10, BGS 9.5, PSA 9, and SGC 9. As you can see with the 9s and even the BGS 9.5, it's a little bit more expensive at $200 more, but the PSA 9s, SGC 9s, and the BGS 9s are all $395, $390 area. Again, if they can go up a grade, if you go to PSA 10, it's a 3x potentially on your profit. And even at SGC 10, you're more than doubling your money. Probably one of the safest plays there would be the BGS 9.5, which would be a quick double up if that turns to a PSA 10. I mean, hopefully if you can pick up a BGS 9.5 that has subgrades, that would obviously help massively, so what is going on with that card, whether it's a corner issue, which obviously will hamper what that's going to come back as. As you can see, it's just a card that sold quite well throughout the year. Looking at the totals. And then we move to Ronaldo, CR7. I went for his 2002 Panini football sticker. Again, it's probably one of his earliest sort of stickers or cards available. Again, I know it's not attainable for a lot of people in a very graded, but if we look here, I did choose the Raw, which sold just 2 weeks ago for $290, which is up 183%. But when you look at the BGS 8.5 at 2.6k, the BGS 9.5 at 3.6k, the BGS 9, which sold at turn of the year for 1.68k, you also got the PSA 10, which is 18k, and then the PSA 9, which is 4.92k. So that is possibly the smartest play if that is available. Again, not a lot of sales though over the year on that Raw sticker, so it's obviously not make it as easy to find. But as you can see, the markup, no matter what grade that card gets over sort of the 8.5 area. Again, I could have done a second part on this and pulled up PSA 8s and BGS 7.5s and stuff like that and showing you more data, but just looking at sort of the higher, more desirable graded numbers, especially on something that's 20 to 2 years old now. As you can see there, sales over the year, not a great deal, so it is a lot harder to find. Only 2 sales of the Raw for the year, so that's not the best. Again, a bit of a weird one for Ronaldo, obviously moving to Saudi, not done his best for his prices, but no matter what you say, he's still a goat of the sport. And last but not least, we have Messi. I went for the 2004 Panini Mega Cracks base, again in the PSA 9, PSA 10, BGS 9, BGS 9.5, BGS 8.5, and a PSA 8. Largely due to the fact there was not much SGC data out there. As you can see, all of them apart from the BGS 9.5 are up, which the BGS 9.5 is down 19%. Again, card not very attainable for a lot of people, but look at the discrepancies in prices. I mean, wow, 322k for a PSA 10, whereas the PSA 9, 22k. I mean, let's face it, if you can pick up the BGS 9.5 at 17.1 and turn it into a 10, what a turnaround that would be. Again, great list of sales. A slight upward trend, as you just talked about, on a lot of the cards, and only one of them being down. Again, being in America has obviously helped Messi's cards a lot, as opposed to Ronaldo's moved to the Star League, sort of less eyes, less hobby eyes on. So, could there be some Messi players? Let me know. I mean, a BGS 8.5, even that turns into a 9.5.